let's make a little paper backpack. So first I'm going to start off with the front and back pieces. And I am going to take this little loop, which is for the back of the backpack, and just kind of loop the piece to kind of get it to flex in that manner and then glue it in place. I am going to use my Zig glue pen, which I love. It's one of my favorite crafting tools. It allows me to just kind of write or draw exactly where I want the glue to go, and then I can apply it. Now, for this tutorial, you're going to notice that I place a piece like on the back, for example, and I set it aside, and then I work on a different section. This is to allow the glue time to dry, because the first time I made this little backpack, I tried to complete the entire back section first, and then I noticed things were popping loose. So learn from my mistakes. We're going to do pieces in kind of slower sections and allow them to dry. Also, before I even started gluing anything, I went and took all of my pieces that had score lines and scored and folded everything on those lines. So you're not going to see me do any scoring in this video. It's all pre-done. Okay, so for the back piece, here's the biggest tip. Flip the whole thing over because you want to put your straps on the other side from where the loop is, because the loop is technically on the inside of the bag. So again, learn from my mistake. I just started gluing stuff the first time and had to peel those straps off because I'm like, wait, those are kind of on backwards. So for the back piece, your strap should be on one side and your loop is on the other side. Okay, let's take a look at the front pocket for this whole project. You can see it's all scored and notched, so I can fold it together. Before I even put a glue on it, I'm going to just fold it together so you can see how the pieces kind of come together. That end flap, the short side, kind of folds into the whole box, because it's going to make a little box that is pretending to be a pocket. So then once I have looked at it, I'm unfolding it and putting glue on the furthest out part of that tab, both to the left and the right of the fold line. Because when I fold it down and then fold the side piece or the front and back pieces over the top, then those corners are going to stick real nice. I am going to sit here and hold the whole thing together for a little bit to let the glue kind of stick in place. And if I immediately started touching stuff on the other side, the glue might, pop open. So now I'm just going to do the same thing on the other end. And what this is doing is basically creating a box. And I'm going to put this whole box on the front of the backpack front shape to kind of make it look like there's a little pocket that extends out from the front of the backpack. Okay, so again, just kind of move those in place. Sorry, my hands got off of the camera view, but it's hard to pay attention to where the camera angle is and craft at the same time. So, sorry. This one corner popped up, so I'm just throwing some extra glue in there. Okay, now let's kind of set that aside. Well, actually, we could stick that on to the front so it all stays stuck together. Okay, so what I'm going to do is use my Zig pen and I turn it to the side and I kind of look at where the top of the box is going to hit so that I know how high to draw my line with the glue pen. So now I'll have glue on the top front of the backpack piece. And I can then line up this little box. And because the glue is still kind of wet, I can shift it until everything's right where I want it. And boom. Now, from a side view, it looks like a little pocket that sticks out. Let's put together the part for the zipper. So first we have the two colors that are kind of the fabric, or it represents the fabric where the zipper inserts in. So again, I'm using my glue pen and I'm just placing that. Then I'm going to take some gold cardstock. Because it's a zipper and it's metal, I kind of like the idea of using either a gold metallic or a silver metallic cardstock. You just glue that right through the center. Now I'm going to put glue on the front end of this zipper pull to place it's supposed to represent the metal piece that is at the end of the zipper that keeps it so it doesn't totally separate. And it's tiny and it doesn't really want to stick. So I'm going to hold it down with my fingers for a little bit until it kind of settles in place. This is not a quick throw it together in 5 minutes project. It does take time, but I feel like the end result is so worth it because it's so cute. So here's another little tip and trick coming up. See how this piece is so tiny? I like to use a pin pen. It's a pen that literally has a pin sticking out the front of it. People use it for weeding vinyl. I also use it for picking up tiny little pieces that are just impossible to grab. So now let's put a little glue on the top of the zipper pull and put that in place. Now I flip the whole thing over, run some double sticky tape with my tape runner over the top, or over the back, sorry. Drop that in place, lightly tap it down so I don't crush my box. And now it looks like I have a little zipper on the front of the pocket. I'm sorry. I think it's so darn cute. Now I'm going to put together the logo. For this logo, in my tutorial that is on my website, shawnmosh.com, I do talk about layers and layered images. If you've never created a layered image before, it's basically about focusing in on one color at a time. Start with a 2-colored layered image like this. The first time you upload your image to Design Space, you're going to clean up everything except for that burgundy red color. Save that as one layer. Then upload the same image and clean away everything except for the gold. Save that as a second layer. Then you stack those layers on top of each other in Design Space. If you want to see a written out tutorial on this process, I'll drop a link to that in the description here, but it's also on my website, shawnmosh.com. So now I'm putting some glue on the back side and just sticking that logo in place. The nice thing about this project is that you can customize this for any sporting event or sports team, school. You could make it for a favorite cartoon character, whatever you want. All right, so now that the back has had some time to dry, I flipped it over and I'm now sticking the top parts of the straps to the inside, kind of offset from the loop. Now it's time to build the bottom base. Again, I'm going to show you kind of how to place this. The little side flaps, there's a bottom little tiny flap. Just throw some glue right there on the edge and then line this little side piece up to that, and then I like to kind of smooth with my finger on the inside to make sure I got a good stick. So again, put some glue down right on that short edge, take your side piece, line it up on the edge, easier said than done. And I am not editing a lot of this video because I want you to see that it doesn't just boom stick in place. It takes a little finessing the first time. And I want you to experience that so that you don't get frustrated going, well, Sean made it look so easy. All right, so my side flaps are on. So now I'm taking glue and going across the front edge of this little fold. And we're going to stick the front piece of the backpack with the little logo right on there. And because I'm trying to balance this on a very short piece, it's not easy. But if I get it to at least stick and be lined up, I can then flip it on its side. There we go. And now I can go on the back and kind of smooth that flap down. If you're at all worried, you could put some tape, like Scotch tape, over that flap too. I did not do that. Okay, so now it's the back piece. Make sure you look at it and say, okay, the straps need to be on the outside, so those need to be glued on this way. So add some more glue. Have I mentioned I love the Zig glue pen? Link is in the description. Line up that bottom edge. Smooth down the little flap on the inside. I will admit, putting these four sides together is probably the hardest part. Because I'm doing this in a video and I wanted to show you the full process in real time, I didn't sit and let the project sit and dry. If I was making a bunch of these for a party or an event, I would probably glue all the fronts on and let each one sit and fully dry before I started, doing the backs. So when you see in a little bit that one of the sides start to pop off and I have to re-glue it, that's why my glue wasn't fully hardened and secured. Okay, so now these side pieces, these little tiny edges have to go on the inside of the bag. All of those little flaps go inside, so then you have a real nice smooth look on the outside. And if you can get your hand in there or a finger, or use a popsicle stick. You could stick a popsicle stick down inside the bag to kind of help you smooth things together if you can't get your hands in there. I have tiny hands, so it wasn't terribly difficult for me. But I do think the next time I do this, I will allow things to dry a lot more before I move on to the next section. I think these could be cute for giving a little gift if it's just a gift card and you just want something cutesy to give to somebody. You could do this for a teacher gift. Put the school logo on there and throw the gift card or whatever little teacher gift you're going to do in one of these bags. Back to school, people are always looking for teacher's gift ideas. If you're having a party and you want a theme, you could decorate these to the theme. Insert any Disney or cartoon character that you want. I would love to see what you create with this little backpack design. Before you go, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment below. I love to hear from you.